Hello friends, welcome back. My name's Ramon. How are you today? Today we're kind of getting back to the basics and we're going to be doing a review on another mineral sunscreen that's making a lot of bold claims. And that's going to be the new Cocokind Daily SPF. This is something I saw a lot of ads for on Instagram, and then I had people reaching out to me being like, these claims though. And I was like, yeah, I'll get a review on it. So I went and I ordered it. There was a little bit of a debacle with getting this where, you know, there's delays right now due to USPS, and then the package that I ended up getting was from the same warehouse with products from a completely different brand. I got a wristwatch delivered. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you didn't see that. So I reached out to Cocokind. They kindly sent me the correct product as well as a little serum to go with it. So I'm actually going to be using this as my skin prep for today. I'm coming at you barefaced right now, but kind of talking about the product itself. So this is Cocokind's first sunscreen. It's a mineral only sunscreen filter with 21% zinc oxide. The claims on it is that it's our lightweight SPF 32 sunscreen uses non-nano zinc oxide to prevent sunburn and skin damage caused by UVA and UVB rays without leaving a white cast. It is a broad spectrum, SPF 32, a very specific number, but our formula also uses blue phytoplankton to protect skin from the effects of blue light and photoaging, while microalgae shields you from urban living and pollution damage. I'm getting a lot of versed skincare teas with this product. They are actually really making a lot of claims about blue light protection, which I'll talk about more towards the end of the video. But really, I'm just focusing on how this is going to apply on the skin, that white cast claim, the feel of it, if it's going to look good on brown skin. I'm going to be using my 4Bs testing, which is a very common rubric I use for my mineral filter sunscreens, and that is beard, beating, beat, and brown skin friendly. I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to be doing more than just a one-day wear test. I'm mainly testing the claims of the white cast. I'm going to see how it feels, and I'm going to see how it wears with makeup. But the 4Bs, beard, how it wears with facial hair, eyebrows, hairline. Beating, how it wears with skincare. I'm not going to be doing a full face of skincare or anything. I'm mainly going to be prepping my skin with this. This is the Cocokind Glow Essence with Sea Grape Caviar. This was provided as a consolation gift when the shipping error for this kind of happened, but it seems like it's going to be a really nice hydrating serum. These are the kind of products I normally use to prep my skin with sunscreen, so it's not going to be out of the ordinary for me. Third B is beats, how it's going to play with makeup, how makeup applies on top of it, how it affects the look of the makeup, how it affects the wear of the makeup. And then brown skin friendly, it says no white cast. The promo videos for this feature a very diverse group of people, a very diverse selection of skin tones applying this, but as for all of them, they aren't applying enough in my opinion. I'll post some videos towards the end of the video showcasing that, but is this going to be brown skin friendly? We'll find out. So yeah, the next video you're going to see is me skin prepping, applying the appropriate amount of this. It's going to be about a 1/4 teaspoon on my face, my ears, and my neck. And then we're going to see how makeup looks on top of it, as well as what a wear test 8 hours out from now looks like. So I'll be back. So we're back after a full day wear test of this, the Cocokind Daily SPF, and I have some opinions. First of all, let me get into how I applied it. I only did a one-day wear test of this just because I was mainly just testing the claims of like the sheer no white cast situation, but I actually formed a pretty good opinion of the product just after this one day. I'm going to be very honest. And let's talk about how I applied it and what I did. Again, today was going to be a very simple skincare day with a moderate beat. It wasn't light, it wasn't heavy full coverage, it was somewhere in the middle. To prep my skin, I just rinsed it. I went in with the Cocokind Glow Essence with Sea Grape Caviar. This, not a horrible product. I'm not a big fan of it. The smell of it's very strong. But that was all I did. I did 2 or 3 layers of that on damp, bare skin. And then I went in with a 1/4 teaspoon of the Cocokind Daily SPF on my face, my neck, and my ears. On the application of it, I did, as you can see on the screen, half a face with the product versus half a face without the product, so you can see what it looked like. And on initial application, especially as I was dispensing the sunscreen into the little measuring spoon, I was like, oh, this is white. And then on application on my face, I was like, oh, this is like still pretty white. It's very creamy, it's more emollient, and you can see what it looks like half and half. Once I applied it on my full face and worked it in though, and here's the deal with this. I know people often comment, they're like, oh, you just need to work it in a lot better, you need to work it in for longer. I don't have time to waste. I don't have 10-15 minutes to work in a product and let it sit in. I'm applying a sunscreen as I see fit, giving it 5 minutes like I always do with my mineral sunscreen test, and going in with whatever I need to do afterwards. I have a life to live. I'm not dedicating 90% of my day to working a sunscreen. But working it in, I was like, oh, I can't really tell how I feel about it. And after letting it set for 5 minutes, I was like, did we hit a home run? Going off my 4B rubric, the beard, beating, beat, and brown skin friendlies. Beard wise, I actually, without consciously thinking about it, worked a lot of it into my beard. I went back and I watched the footage just to see what it looked like on camera to have a basis off the look of it. All things considered, this is one of the better performing mineral sunscreens in my beard. That That being said, it was still very considerably noticeable in my hairline. My boyfriend was like, oh, in the perimeter, like the exterior of your like beard line, it's still very visible. And then I actually put some on the back of my neck, and leaving my living room, coming back towards my filming room, my boyfriend was like, oh, like it's up in your hairline on the back of your neck. So something to note, but this isn't the worst performing one I've had. Beading wise, I mean, I did minimal skincare. I noticed no issues with the texture. It went on beautifully, flawlessly. Beats, this prepped my skin so well for makeup. Let me just say, I feel like this really set into my skin like uniformly all over. I had no issues with uneven application, no issues blending and applying product on top of it. This really nourished my skin, giving it a really good base for makeup. No issues buffing product, nothing moved. Great. No real creasing. I mean, it's been a full day, so my under eyes aren't looking amazing, but all in all, like, good. No foundation wearing weird, and no discoloration. That was a big thing that we test too, is to see if mineral sunscreen's white cast affect the foundation's color. No. And brown skin friendly. This is where I'm torn, because on me as a medium skin individual, I'm pretty smack in the middle. I consider this giving me a very slight tone up. You can see in the footage, make your opinion on it. It's not horrible for me. If I work this into my hairline and beard a little bit different, this actually might be a winner, but I'm 100% not denying the fact that this will potentially not work for deeper skin tones. I'm going to include footage on the screen of this, but one of Cocokind's big things for their campaign was including a very diverse group of people in their advertising campaign for this, applying the sunscreen. And the main reason I wanted to test it was because they were going and applying like that much to their entire face, which anything's going to be sheer, everything's going to be universal if it's just this much over an entire surface this big. But it looked good on every skin tone in that regard, and putting it on myself, I'm like, you know what, on medium skin tones this could be a banger, but for darker skin tones I need to see more evidence of someone applying this more liberally, applying a proper amount. And looking it up online, I can't find any darker, deeper tone skin individuals who've tested this using a proper amount to showcase the cast or not. But going off my instincts, comparing this to other products, I don't think this would be good for deep skin tones if you're looking for something without a cast. And even just rubbing it into my skin here, like it actually works in kind of decently, but I would normally probably do double that in this same space. Going off my final thoughts of the sunscreen, I got a lot of similar concepts to the Biosan sunscreen that I didn't like in terms of just like the feel, the emolliency of it. I feel like it's that, but a lot less greasy. Was it still a little bit rich and emollient? Yes, but was it as greasy as the Biosan sunscreen? No. The cast on it substantially less severe. This reminded me a lot of the Verse sunscreen too, especially more around the marketing claims and the brand behind it, which I'll get to in a second. But this was something that I was genuinely surprised at how it worked, especially the texture of it, the wear of it, the feel of it. As an oily, acne-prone skin individual, this didn't sit too heavy on my skin. I still felt it. It was very moisturizing, but it didn't sit heavy. It didn't form a layer on top of my skin. It's actually very comfortable still. I mean, going off the marketing and the advertising of this, it's a low SPF, but that's average for a mineral sunscreen. It's only an SPF 32. It's only a zinc filter, so all things considered, this actually was a really good concept and good feel and a good texture. It talks a lot about the ingredients that are going to protect against blue light, and in reality, looking at those, the blue phytoplankton and the microalgae, those are really great antioxidant providing ingredients, and in reality, they're really stressing blue light, which I feel is kind of like a marketing thing right now. Blue light does show some studies, some results of, especially for darker skin types, providing photooxidative stress on the skin that could exacerbate hyperpigmentation and oxidation stress related issues on the skin. But especially from blue light, it's so minimal. You really need to focus on what visible light comes from the sun. And to me, there's no real difference from that and free radical damage that you get from pollution, from environmental stressors, from smoking and that kind of stuff. So you do have great antioxidants in this that are going to protect your skin from free radical damage. But that being said, I think the blue light thing is a bit of a marketing thing right now. But formulation wise, it's formulated with great emollients, great soothing agents, a lot of coconut based factors that are going to be really skin conditioning and humectant rich for the skin. There's shea butter in this, there's vitamin E, tocopherol, and I think tocopherol acetate in this as well. So overall, formulation of this is really, really nice. It's one of those cleaner formulations from one of those kind of brands. But I'm not mad at this at all in any capacity. I'm not saying this is 100% Ramon recommended. This was $24, which doesn't make it super, super affordable. And especially, I'll show a picture on screen. My boyfriend was like, this is not completely full. But that being said, comparing how full it was to how big the Verse sunscreen was, I'm not denying this is a full 50 ml in this. But what the packaging is versus what you actually get in the packaging are kind of different. It's not the most affordable option, I will say that. The white cast is minimal on my skin tone, but a little bit more substantial on a darker skin tone, I imagine. But the feel of this is nice, it's very elegant, it wears well with makeup, and overall I didn't have a negative experience with this. So, Cocokind. Did they do that? Kind of. Not the most brown skin friendly option, but it's actually on the better tier of mineral sunscreens that I've tried. Check it out if you are interested in a mineral sunscreen that will leave a minimal cast, more of a tone up, and will sit really well underneath makeup on most skin types. Definitely worth checking out if you're into that. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the Cocokind Daily SPF. If you guys like these kind of mineral sunscreen filters, give this video a thumbs up. If you want me to do a full 3-day wear test of this, I will for you. I just wanted to get the whole sheer for all skin types thing out of the way first because I had a lot of requests for that. And down below, have you tried this? What are your thoughts on it? Did you like it? Let me know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare content and sunscreen content. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.